Hello everyone, welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Before we jump into today's video, just want to give a big thank you to everyone that's subscribed to my channel so far. I'm currently sitting at just over 1,420 and that's just mad for me to think about. I've pretty much just exploded and I'm very grateful for everyone that subscribed. Just to let you know as well, if you're not subscribed, I will be having a giveaway at 1,500 subscribers. So make sure you follow, like, subscribe and ring that bell for that giveaway, which will be coming soon. Let's jump into today's video. I'm going to be taking a look at a Victorinox knife. Unfortunately, I cannot find the correct box for this knife, but we'll look at one that's very similar. So you would normally get the knife in this silver style Victorinox box. You have the logo and the text here. You do get the Victorinox since 1884, the original Swiss Army knife. And on this side then you get some contact information, the address in Switzerland and their EU contact address. Standard sort of stuff on the box, ignore the model number, that's not correct. And you get the standard sort of Victorinox paperwork in there as well. Just gives you a bit of care instructions really, how to look after the knife, what to do, you know, if the joints or the pivot gets a bit messed up, how to use the different tools, things like that. Very sort of standard affair from Victorinox. You pretty much be getting one of these in every single one you get. So we're going to be looking at the Mini Swiss Champ today, and this is a 58mm design, and that equates to right about just over 2¼ inches, just shy maybe. It does have the red Cellidor Scales, and you can see there it's quite a bit beaten up, but I think I may have had this for about 8 months to a year, and it's been on my keys ever since I've got it. So it's probably one of my most carried knives, and it's one that I really love from the Victorinox line. I think it's like an excellent choice to get. You can see that it is a 3-layer, but with a double tool on the top and in the middle there as well. And then on the outside there, you will notice this scale is a little bit more than this, but we'll jump into that in a second. So you can see we have the Victorinox shield just on the red Cellidor Scales there. You do get the tweezers on this side, very useful tool. The keyring here, and you'll notice there is no hole for the toothpick at all on this side, or toothpick, and you do have this little slider here. So if you push this forward into the little latch position, you can see it goes over that little ledge. You do get a nice little ballpoint pen that comes out, really useful. I've used this a lot of times as well. Nice little gadget tool, really sort of innovative design really to have it inside the scale. You know, with the plus scales, the 91mm, you can have the little pen you pull out, but it's quite small. And this does give you a nice, decent grip to write with. So we'll take a look at the top side first then. So we have the small scissors. Probably one of the most used tools on any Victorinox that anyone's got, I would say. One I use a lot of the time. If I'm going to the office and need to cut something, if I'm around a lot of people, just mainly because of the UK and how they feel about knives, I'll use the scissors instead of a little blade. It just saves a bit of hassle and saves a bit of grief really. Even though this is a tiny little knife, I wouldn't have thought you'd get anyone having a complaint about that either. But you can see it does have the leaf spring design there. Excellently made, pin construction as well for the scissors. In the middle we have I'm going to sort of call it a combo tool really, because it kind of is. So you have the cap lifter here, the wire stripper, you do have a nail nick on there, and then you have that small 3D Phillips on the end. Really useful sort of unique tool, one that gets a lot of use, maybe small screws. I'm taking apart a little bit of electronics and I haven't got my small screwdriver set with me. I think that's really useful. And of course, no half stop on any of these. I'd say it's a pretty easy pull. It's a 5 max if you say, but it's a very small knife. You don't want to be messing around with strong pulls on something like this. And then on this side, you can see we have the normal pen blade or the small spear blade. And you can see we have the 4-layer of tang script there. So you have Victorinox, Switzerland, stainless, and then Rostfrei underneath. And you can see the blades had a bit of action there. It's all scratched up. Still a wonderfully sharp edge on this, as I like to strop it every time I use it. And you can see there the Victorinox sort of semi-satin, I'd really call that tumbled polished maybe. Because you can see the tumble marks, but it is really shiny. Moving on to the other side. So we have here a cuticle pusher. So you would use that to push down. You can't really see any of mine, but there's little flat bits of skin. You can just push those down if that's something you do. For me, I've never normally bothered, and I don't really understand why you do that, but there must be a reason for it, otherwise they wouldn't have made the tool. Can also be used as a little spatula, something like that as well. Next up, we have a little rule here, so you can see you have about a 3 centimeter rule there. Or was that 3 inches? No, that's 3 centimeters. And then on the other side, you just get the little, what you'd get on the classic SD, the little small flathead screwdriver, and just completely plain on this side. And then next up, we have what I thought was like a package opener, but I looked online and I had a couple of comments last time you guys saw this on my collection video, and it is apparently an orange peeler, but it does work perfectly for that clamshell packaging as well. From experience, I've used it on multiple things I've had and it works fantastically. It also works brilliantly well for peeling oranges. After I saw the comment, I went and used it. You sort of just stick that corner in the orange and just go around it like this, and then you can just peel it off. Works fantastically well, an excellent tool, and one that I wish was on more of the Swiss Army knives. Maybe, you know, like the Rambler, like you got like the 2 layer but 4 tools on. Maybe they could use this instead of the little SD on there. That would be really useful, something nice to see in the future. And then next layer, we have the small, what looks like a little Warncliffe blade. Not seen this on any other Victorinox, unless I'm wrong. Very unique little blade, nice to have on there. Something a little bit different to the normal spear blade you would have. And again, a very nice, unique little tool. Nice for them sort of pull cuts. Maybe if you're scoring something open in a package, you can really choke down on the tip of that and just score away like this. And it's nice and discreet. No one's going to see it if you're doing it like that. It's pretty much hidden in my hand. Nice little discreet package opener there. And then the final tool on the back, we have the nail file and what you would sort of use to clean out from under your nails maybe. Any sort of, you know, if you work on your car and you get dirty bits under your nails, you can sort of scrape them away like this. And then the nail file on there, which I use a lot more than I thought I would have. As you can see here for my thumbnails, I snapped this one off recently opening a knife, so I've filed my nail down there just so it's not any jagged edges. But one that gets a lot of use, and it's a nice little, I'm not sure if it's diamond or if it's just like steel dust in there and they've just sort of glued it in, but it works really well. Overall, a fantastic little compact little piece, one that is really brilliant, and I would suggest anyone that likes the 58mm to try this. So the model number for this is 0.6385. It's sort of advertised by Victorinox as small yet mighty champion for every day, and I really would agree with that. They've done a fantastic job. It's nice and compact, even though you've got technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers there. I mean, it's no thicker than a standard Victorinox, maybe not even thicker than a normal 2 layer, like 91mm. Nice and compact. 18 functions, currently on Amazon in the UK for £37.94. A little bit more expensive in America, mainly because, you know, Victorinox is a European company. It costs a bit more to ship over there, the same way as the US knives come over here. The cheapest I'm really sort of finding it is about $55 to $59. That was on Victorinox.com on Amazon, but it's currently unavailable on there, which is a bit of a bummer. But there we go, guys. That's my review of the 58mm Mini Swiss Champ from Victorinox. A really fantastic knife, and one that everyone should check out. Maybe everyone should purchase this one, chuck it on their keys. You've got a lot of tools there to use and go through your day. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. And have a wonderful day. Peace out.